Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Automatic here for uh for what you're watching. Here with a friendly reminder as to why we are estranged. No, it's been I don't know. It's been a while. It's always a while. I stream far and few in between, but if you are hearing this now, I appreciate your participation in this endeavor. Hope you've been well. I've been busy. Actually, last few nights I've been doing late nights, just playing Starfield, messing around with it. Um, Tonight I have a little bit of time to myself, so I figured, why not, right? Why not? I've been so out of touch that I don't expect any viewers, but in a way that's the most comfortable. That's how I did it in 2016, and so there's a little bit of nostalgia at play. Let's see. I could show. I don't need to show off what we don't need to talk about creations necessarily unless I'm using them. So let's just go ahead and load up. And there wasn't a lot of planning. A lot of times when I'll do a stream, I'll have some kind of idea. I don't have an idea this time. Which, honestly, is the best way for me to do anything. It's like, you want to go out? Stop by and knock on my door and say, we're going out. You coming? You call me the day before, 2 days before. I'm liable to flake out. Too much pressure. Let's first disrobe. You judging from the thumbnail, it's not spot on, but it's Steven Seagal. I've got a few characters, but early 2000s Steven Seagal is one of them. And I might change them as time goes on. I might give him the goatee. Terrible black dyed tote or goatee. Totee? He might have a tote as well. He's gonna have to level up and unlock the totes though. I suppose where I left off, not in a stream, but where I left off last night, what the hell was I doing? I know what I was doing. Okay. Yeah, so what's on your shoulder, dude? Why are you wearing that? Anyway. I think I needed aluminum and iron. It's a new character, so I needed some aluminum and iron, and remembered this planet from another character where you can get a good mix of stuff. I wish I could show that off. Anyways, this one spot generates helium-3, it generates iron, it generates aluminum, and I think beryllium as well. And one of the mods I have, it's a decoration mod. I need a lot of aluminum and iron for it. I wonder how I'm sitting with those now. We could take more of both. Yeah, that's... Well, you know what? Let's just Oh, never mind. Actually, are those even connected? I think they are. And at any rate, it doesn't matter, because the one didn't get filled. Fuck, you scared me, Andresia. I'm looking for a mod called Rename Andresia. Looks like a man-made building over there. Does this not have a boost? Interesting. Alright, so his pack doesn't have a boost. Oh, I also want aluminum. Or what did I pick up? Aluminum or iron? I don't know. Either way, the other one is over there, maybe? Let's find out.
No organics here.
Shut up.
Valuable minerals, perhaps.
But even though building wasn't really this guy's prerogative, it just got to the point where, like, I wanted to do interior decorating. I wanted Steven Seagal, interior decorator. That's what I wanted. And I realized, oh hell, you gotta unlock all sorts of shit for that too. No. Yes. So, the ship itself, before we get to the interior of it, although we started there, this ship has gone through a small series of changes. I obviously haven't shown it before because it's a new character, but it's, I forget what I called it. It's public transport, though. It's more like a private jet, in a way, is what I was going for. I think I called it the Ultra Max and then threw a number at it. Ultra Max G180. Hell yeah. 180 because it's a turnaround, and G because of the spot. Ultra Max because I wanted it to sound like a feminine hygiene project. Sure, I'll go with that. Project. Okay, so like as soon as you board the ship, haven't done much with this room, pretty much just gonna stock that shelf. Then for the passenger or whatever, and this only has a passenger capacity of 2. Again, it's like a private thing, and I might try to change that to 4. I don't know, but we're not talking big public transit or anything. Alright, let's... Actually, before I decorate that, let's get the upstairs on film. The up ladder. So obviously, I was using empty halves and decorating them myself. And really, so far, I've only placed, like, big decorations, I guess. I gotta go through and do, junk it up a little bit. But I like this little seating room so they can come up. They've got a view. Obviously, they would spend most of their time downstairs. This is where they would dine. Obviously, we cook for them. Got a couple restrooms. One on this level and then one downstairs. And as you saw, downstairs is certainly, like, I don't know, in my opinion, let's say a passenger had a bum knee, he would never really have to climb that ladder. He could just stay down here, eat down here, we'd bring the food to him, and Andreja would hover above tables if that's what he's into. She does it fully clothed. He's like, I'm not into that. Now, I will say, with the mods, I'm enjoying building a lot more. In fact, if I switch characters, there's a few places I could show you, but I think prior to that, I do want to do a little more decorating in here. I don't want to turn this into a decoration stream completely, but... and this mod, the mod I'm using now is better living. And it's all right. It's got a lot of parts that you don't have by default, obviously, but it does things like this, where under home decoration there are 81 items, and honestly, that's the biggest problem with decoration mods so far. It's not the biggest problem. Let me correct that, but it's one of the issues with them is they're just sloppily put together. I mean, I don't want to begrudge the mod authors, but I don't think they're going to dig through a stream that isn't labeled their mod. So yeah, I guess I could talk all the schmack I want. But as you see, he just dumped things into very vague categories, and so finding a particular item isn't exactly straightforward. I do like the fans, the wall fans. And what I do now is I go through and I decorate as much as I can with non-modded furniture, and then go through with the mod stuff and just kind of top it off, you know? This in case the mod resets or whatever. I don't know where you'd want a fan. Oh, actually, this corner would be alright. I like that. What's it say on the fan? Oh, registered nurse. Yeah, that works. See, but even that fan costs 10 iron and 20 aluminum. What's stupid, and the guy said, well, that's just the default, so I just went with that because it's easier. This can of, not soda, but whatever it's called, I forget the name of it. It's like the half-ass Aurora. This can of soda is 10 iron and 20 aluminum to build. So, like, yeah, why would you? Well, that's kind of cool. So, I mean, suffice to say, some of the decorations are cool. I'm grateful for them. It's just the sloppiness with which they're categorized, and the way you throw 81 of them into one category. That I want. That's a keyboard. We want that downstairs at the desk. Okay, let's browse some more. Huh. I like that. I don't know what that is. An intercom, I guess, is kind of what it looks like. Let's take it upstairs. Get it up there by the cockpit. What's going on down the hall? IRL. Okay, so we put it in here somewhere, maybe right there on the console. No, it won't stick to the wall, obviously. Yep. Maybe something like that? Yeah. So if you're sitting in that chair, you could use it. Make it a jukebox. Nah, I'm gonna pass on that. Maybe over... No. I do kind of like the pink plants for this, but I wouldn't put them in front of a monitor. There actually may not be a great spot for them. Although this space looks kind of needs support. It's okay, buddy. You can make it. You're gonna do fine. This is just a minor setback. All right. I feel like that's sufficient support. Oh, give me it. Kind of wanted to fill in more of that space. All this him hawing over our plant. This is obviously like crew sleeping arrangements, whereas the guests would be downstairs. Oh. A crate of fish. What is this? Oh, okay. Working out some formulas. I don't think we're going to do that. Gotta have a little wastebasket somewhere, but you know, you can't really. Maybe put it on the table. No. Well, I know where one of these could go. Jesus, so I'm out of aluminum already. Alright. Yeah, so that's the problem with better living is it takes so many resources. Now, I know resources aren't impossible to get, obviously, but the fact that, you know, your ship only has so much cargo capacity, you can only carry so much, makes it kind of a pain in the ass when every item costs 20 aluminum or 30 aluminum, whatever that is.
Always good to keep the location of the ship in mind when suits are required.
I don't want your advice, Andrasia. Let's keep in mind who's following who here. Oh, can I push her? I don't know why I don't like Andrasia very much. I think because everybody likes her. I think because everybody's like, damn, she can like. I'm like, dude, what? I just, and maybe that's just it. I just can't always articulate why you like something, why you don't like. But Andrasia just seems like a fucking like the poster model for a fucking simp. To me, that's about it. Like, oh, don't you love Andrasia? Yeah, to be honest, I don't like the blonde either. Sarah. Oh, I should have slept. Should have slept. Should have probably dumped what's in my pockets on this ship. Let's let it build up again. Actually, no. Let's go sleep. Let a little time pass. Let those resources build up. Then we'll have enough to put another can of pop on the desk. Won't that be nice?
Now that we are here, what will be our next course of action?
I just thought Andrasia was the good, I guess, partner for Steven Seagal. I mean, he has to have some hot chick who's about to get herself into a lot of drama and trouble. Resource dump. You know, how much cargo can this hold? 690. It's not very much. I mean, it's a small private jet, so to speak. So I guess that's fine. Because I'm not trying to min-max anything. I'm just trying to create the conditions for role-playing. We'll let it go 24 hours. In fact, I'll step away if, this is my style stream. I don't have any viewers. I don't have to apologize for leaving. Hell yes! I'll be back.
Some who would consider that much sleep a sign of weakness.
Alright, that should be enough time to give us a little bit of resources. Warning, the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. So there might be a little skip or some associated nonsense. Apologies for that. Honestly, it's something that has been happening since I played. I'm not blaming it on the game. I'm blaming it on myself for changing some of the parameters on Elgato for Hell Let Loose. And it's never been the same since, nor have I. Hey Diz, how are you, man? It's a pleasure to see you. Not that I see you. That would be creepy. Also, it would be impressive. Because I think it would imply that I would have some kind of, like, cool tech. I don't. How you been? We need another storage container for that. Make it even, Steven. Diz says, I'm good, Otto. Chilling, watching some vids on YouTube. Not bad at all. And nothing wrong with that. Kind of the status quo for me on many an occasion. Didn't see your notification pop up. Yes! I'm glad you're here. Don't take that the wrong way. But I was just saying earlier, I was like, you know, I was about to go smoke, take a little puffy puff, and so I was doing my obligatory apology for stepping away and leaving someone hanging, and I looked and I'm like, I don't have any viewers. I don't have to apologize to anybody. This is taking it back to 2016. Which was nice. I feel like in 2016 I was ignorant. I'm still ignorant, but I was more ignorant than I am now. But for, I don't know, like half a year or something.
Waiting your orders, Captain.
I imagine any YouTuber would understand, like, for the first like 6 months, like, no likes, no comments, virtually nothing, you know what I mean? But you keep going because you're just like enjoying the process. And then I won't lie, at some point at some point, even having less than 500 subs or whatever, at some point along the way, there'd be occasions where I'd be like, man, I streamed and I got 4 views, whereas a month ago I got 10 views, or not 4 likes, as a month ago I got 10. You know what I mean? You look at the numbers and worry about them, which is just, I tried to stay away from that, and I didn't really keep that mindset very often. Most often I didn't care, but it took a little bit for me not to care, if that makes any sense. How I thought I just picked up a ton of aluminum. That's weird. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I picked up beryllium or something. I picked up helium? Okay. Don't need it. But I picked it up. I'm pretty good. Pretty. What's sad? Nothing sad. No, it like, no joke, it makes me like nostalgic for those times when I had like no subscribers, and I just think it's amazing that me or anybody else could get caught up on like how viewership was tonight as opposed to last night or whatever. And if they're anything like me, it's almost like forgetting that for the first several months there was nobody. And maybe that probably is. And maybe if I think back, maybe there were certainly times where I thought like, boy, I wish somebody would watch. But you get used to it, right? And so you almost become contented and like, nobody's watching, but I'm going to add to my series and I'm just going to keep trucking along. In retrospect, I think that's the healthiest mentality to have. For me, anyways. I mean, if somebody's got a lot of ambition as it comes to this, then sure, I get it. Hey. Oh, we're full now? Yeah. Okay. Man, decorating this ship has become a bit of a pain.
Perhaps not this sort of
I know, yeah, I know that feeling, trust me. You're not there, are you? Do you stream this? I don't know if I've ever inquired. What's that? Nothing. Just a cool little asset. You could. So what do I need? Aluminum, and I did sleep, so one of these is full. Yeah, it's just I'm not lamenting 2016 or missing any point along the way. I just there's something almost endearing about the indifference, you know, about those early days of just not caring. I don't care now, so I'm glad to be back there. But I know somewhere along the line, I fell into the trap of, you know, how did this stream do against that stream? And this coming from a guy that never really tried to self-promote or anything. So I can only imagine if I was out there putting links in everybody's Discord or something. That would be, God, so there's a lot of... The more I dwell on this, the more sad I'm getting. for other folks. Oh no, I haven't streamed yet. No. Okay. I'm just making sure I didn't. I have a tendency to miss these things. I always think it's a little funny when I've like recognized someone's name for a number of years, and then one day out of the blue, I'm like, holy shit, they have like a few hundred subscribers, and they're actually posting stuff daily, and I never knew that. That's happened more than once. Okay, so now we're just back to decorating. And it's weird, it's like this room, on the one hand, I don't like how empty it, I mean, you know, there's a lot of space in here. On the other hand, you almost can't avoid it because I've tucked these couches back pretty far. And I don't hate it. It's just sparsely decorated, and in a way, I almost want to just put the check mark on it and be like, done. Like, that's, you know, maybe something silly could go on that table, like, I don't know, box of tissues or something. Which, again, with this, well, there's paper towels. We've got a place for paper towels. I mean, who doesn't prefer paper towels to napkins? Right? I don't mean for a cum rack. I just mean like just in your normal course of things. Those paper towels they'll hold that moisture. What am I even talking about? Speaking of rags. That's a candle. Pair of slacks. I think I've got a character that could use that. Could use some just like actually books and whatnot. If there was a shelf there, that'd be alright. And maybe there can be. I don't think I'd have books on there. No. Oh. Too industrial. Okay, nothing under decoration. Nothing at all. Trust me, I also get sad. Well, don't we all? I mean, we've all got our days. I will say, like, I hope you haven't been sad lately, man, because I wouldn't want that for you. I do have a video, yeah. Thank you. Wait, stupid heart. Well, I'm gonna type in a period so I can read your comment without that heart being annoyed. I do have video, yeah. I think you have seen it though. Oh, I may have, yeah. I don't recall. My mind has been blasted to oblivion over these decades. I don't know. That looks like plywood on a curio. What am I looking for? Just something to put on that damn table? Alright, these are desktop things. They're all animal displays. I'm looking for a freaking box of tissues. Actually, that's pretty nice. I like that. Can we, you know what? Let's put on the table. Well, alcohol for folks. I don't know about the glasses, although I could maybe set some over here. Man, just the way this lays down, though, it's like you can set one. I don't have the patience to play with it too much. My YouTube channel was terminated for 13 days a few weeks back for no reason at all. Weird. I was getting roughly 1.5k to 2.5k views a day. and about 200 hours a day. Huh. Now after termination, getting roughly 200 to 400 views a day. About 10 hours a day. Weird. It's... You gotta love YouTube, don't you? No explanation. Like, it was just... Did you appeal it, or did it just come back on after 13 days? This is another reason I'm kind of I can put something there. No, this is another reason that I'm glad to not be as like active. You know, I feel like there's less at stake. Like I could, if that makes sense. Like 2.5 years ago, if something had happened with YouTube, I would still be upset, obviously, but I would have been devastated. Now it's like hell, I'll play a copyrighted song. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care. But that said, if I'm playing copyrighted music and the stream goes down, you know why. Yeah, I have no content. I'm gonna do this again. And no content of such sort at all. Huh. Yeah, that's bizarre, man. Did nothing at all. And it just came back on. That's bizarre, man. That is really weird. Not surprising. I don't know why it's not surprising. I mean, it should be, but it's so trite to say gotta love it, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Gotta love it. Obviously, being cynical as hell. Sarcastic as hell, rather. Come on. Why you gotta be like that? There you go. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so over YouTube, to be honest. I say as I'm streaming it, and I don't even stream regularly, but like, oh, there you go. I guess that's a direct result of me just kind of being over it. I mean, certainly it was. And there was a little bit of yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was neglecting real life way too much with YouTube stuff. And when I'd try to do like a YouTube project or something, I would, and I think I'm just this way. If I'm getting involved with something, like I have a tendency to overdo it or be obsessive, and that you'll either burn out or you'll get it done, and then like want to become a vegetable for a few weeks. But yeah, just, I don't know. I gotta say, for the last, however long it's been, 6-8 months, something like that, I just feel much better. Like, feel much more normal. If that's, I know that sounds bad, but God, decorating these shelves is ridiculous. I hate to say it, there's a little bit of judgment too. Not on my part. Someone could stream all the live long day. Hell, I've been there. But a little bit of judgment in terms of the missus and whatnot. Now, she doesn't say anything, but you know, you're married to a woman long enough, she don't need to say anything. You can tell. What would be really bad is she works third shift. She would go to work, and I'd be sitting in front of the TV plugging in, getting ready to stream, and then she'd come home. And granted, my stream wouldn't have lasted that long, but all the streaming stuff's still set up, and I'm still playing the game. Yeah, She didn't have to guilt me as much as me just like volunteer shame. Like, yeah, this is this is bad. It's not as bad now. If I were to do that now because of summer, because it's bad, when you got to get up and take your kid to school. Although I kind of like that. Although you can do that in pretty much a zombified state. I mean, the boys' school's a block away. Somewhere there are storage crap, cargo stuff. Industrial's going to be too big. But in terms of the clutter I can put on the shelves, you know what? Maybe. I wonder if I lay down a chest that has infinite capacity, if I could drop everything in there. I was about to, well, stop hitting start. 30 with no kids. I was 30 with no kids. It's okay. Not that I'm the barometer of what is okay and not, but just talking about that a couple nights ago with some friends, and actually, no, I was talking to my nephew and my mom. They're friends, don't get me wrong, but they're also family. Can I get those on the shelves? No. I'm trying to think how old I would have been. I guess 39. And I take my nephews to a park, a place called Schiller Park here in Columbus, and I was pushing my youngest nephew on the swing. Here I am, a 39-year-old man, no kids of my own. And no joke, I had the thought. I thought, you know what, Brian, because that's my real name, it's not in the cards. I mean, but I wasn't feeling depressed. I was like, I'm having fun pushing my nephew on the swing. This is where I'm going to get my child interaction from. And then the very next night, my wife, who was not my wife at the time, she said she was pregnant. So it was kind of weird, because that's not a subject I thought on very much, but it is weird that the day before I was dwelling on it. I was like, well, this is just how it's going to be. I'm not going to have a child, and that's okay. 24 hours later, it all changed. And I'm glad it did. I'd be glad if it didn't. I'd like anybody, I adjust, but... Or, I mean, you got to, right? So either way, I was fine, but I do feel like exceedingly blessed that I got to do that. I don't know, do you want to? I mean, do you see yourself wanting to be a dad? Did I skip it? Oh, yeah. So I think this has infinite storage. It doesn't really match the deco, but more for utility, because I can erase it later. Then the question is, when I'm decorating, will I pull from this? And I don't know. Some containers you do, some you don't. Alright. Dump everything in there. Well, all the resources anyway. And what was the capacity? Infinite. I have thought a lot that I probably will never have children by the rate time flies and the rate I meet women. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that too. Like, trying to think. I've been going out a lot more, but like, if I was single and going out, Like, at least with the crowd I'm hanging out with, there would not be. It's not really single women. I mean, there are at the bar that you don't know, but then again, I don't know. I don't know about meeting women at the bar. I've seen enough people do that they're generally short-lived relationships. All right, so we've got that empty. I'm done decorating. Let's go do something more worthwhile as Steven Seagal. Which means I gotta take off the spacesuit. Been single most of my life. The longest a girl has dated me has been this is 3 months. And then after came back when they had children. Oh, when I was going out, I didn't get laid once. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at that. It's just like, it's relatable. Like, in terms of getting some, like, generally it was not on those nights where it was like, hey guys, let's go out and meet some chicks. That's when it didn't happen. It did happen when stars just went aligned, you know. It was like I got dragged to a party, you know. This girl needs a ride home, but she doesn't want me to take her all the way home. She wants me to take her to my apartment, and then I can take her home in the morning. And it's like, okay. Not that type of person. Yeah, there is that too. Like going out there playing the game. I think I'm kind of repulsed by that. Players or whatever, people that do like make that a lifestyle. I don't even know if I've had very many friends that have had that frame of mind. Ultramax G180. I do remember times, though, going out with that objective. So disappointing. You might as well have said, like, dude, let's go out tonight and win him $100,000. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, I hit that asteroid. Did we see that? This thing does not have a lot of weapons. That was done. Can knock out his guns. And destroy him.
Critical damage to the enemy's grab drive.
Accept your suffering, heathen!
The only one that's gonna suffer here is you. I'll take you to the bank. To the blood bank. It's probably the only Steven Seagal line I remember. Just because how dumb it was. Whatever movie that was, the politician's like, and you can take that to the bank. And he's like watching this dude have this conversation from the darkness. And I think the first rule of stealth is like, don't start talking to yourself, but you know, Steven Seagal, he just says, I'll take you to the bank. To the blood bank. That's when I'm like, this guy is mildly retarded, but he is like, he's very athletic, or he was. But there's something off. It's not the only thing that's crippled. I mean their whole ship is crippled is what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll talk to him.
A little too exciting back there. Micro wants you to know how much we appreciate the help. Any way we can repay you?
Repayment's kind of a tricky thing. Money isn't everything. Spirituality is more important, but I'll take credits.
Hope this helps you out. You take
I'm gonna
care.
take it to the bank. Excuse me? Alright. So this ship has only got EMP and missiles. The missiles are actually hidden. I glitched the hell out of this ship to try to make it compact. Let me catch up real quick. Apologies, had to fight some fakes. Not that type of person, though. I feel that. Same here. Had a friend like that. Yeah, I don't know that I did. I mean, not over the top, anyways. I'm not saying I didn't have friends that didn't want to go get laid. I think we all did, right? But in terms of the player type, it was all about that. Closest, what was that guy's name? Mike. We all called him Brown Frown. He was the closest to it. What he wasn't... He was a pretty boy. So he wasn't really, like, trying to play so much. You just knew he was going to get laid if he went out, right? Like, you're kind of hoping just to hang out with him and he'll reject somebody. And then it's like, okay, well, now she's fair game for the rest of us. Like, really bad, you could count girls he hooked up. But now he struggles to keep someone and wonders why he can't find someone to stay with. Yeah. Didn't Steven let people carry him upstairs? I think so. I mean, I've seen him in one of those, like, those chairs that people... Yes. I think we're thinking of the same thing. Yes, he did. Oh, Steven Seagal. Hey, I mean, not all of my characters can have a good alignment. And with this character, obviously, I'm still decorating his first ship. Where does he live? He lives on Neon. Or on Voli, in the city of Neon. Because I thought that was appropriate. Steven Seagal, my dad's favorite actor. I can tell you in the 90s, I liked Steven Seagal. I thought, like, Under Siege, the one with the USS Indianapolis, that was a good movie. It probably still is. Yeah, who else was in that? Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Busey, a few others, but God, since then, Steven Seagal, I mean, he's just come out. He's just seen as such a fraud nowadays, you know what I mean? Like, some of those videos of, I hate to say it, I forget what they call his martial arts style, Aikido or something like that. But some of those videos where people rushing toward him and he just touches them and they go flying, they're just so poorly done. And it's like, we can see right through that, Steven. Come on now. Come on, Steven. Look at all those flags. What do they all stand for? I don't know. I recognize the UC one. That's about it. Hey, I'm going to take another puff real quick. Apologies.
Neon.
The magical powers of Aikido, exactly. Yep. Which, like, I'm sure at its most, like, the basic principle is there. Somebody moving at you or whatever, you could use their momentum against them. I agree. But the way Steven does it. In fact, let's let Steven breathe a little bit here. I also wasn't sure, like, what outfit I wanted to use for him. But I feel like this one works. There's a few that work. Because with him, it's kind of like, well, what year are we doing here? You know, like, he's changed so drastically. I mean, Hell, more lately, I almost see him wearing muumuus or robes or something. So stupid. And I, you know, it doesn't exactly look like Steven Seagal. I know that, but that's certainly what I was going for. It's just my creative potency is only so potent, I guess. It's a long bridge, Bethesda. You're wasting time.
Keep moving. The scanners won't hurt you.
Oh, come on, Andresia, you're gonna miss it. Nope. Oh my god, you can't. Okay. You didn't. Aquila City. I remember when this was just a small oil rig. No, put your. So with him, I've obviously put all the points into hand-to-hand combat. Okay, well, I'm glad by your reaction. It at least shows me that while this isn't like the spitting image of Steven Seagal, it works. It'll pass. I think, like, if you saw him, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's Steven Seagal. But knowing that it's going to be Steven Seagal and seeing him, it's like, okay, yeah. And I've got room to change, right? I can make him skinny, take him back to 90s one. Honestly, that's where I started. I built the character to look like him in the 90s, and then I'm like, I can't resist. Like, I've got to add the weight, and I've got to add the weight. I hate to double down there, but
What are you looking at?
I don't know what I'm looking at. But if you want to find out, try me. That's what I thought. Come on, Andresia. Got you again. Dumb hoe. Fucking god, dude. I'm really crying laughing at... Oh, my commentary. You stop that. I appreciate you, man. Careful, don't use stairs. What are you talking about? That's identical. Awesome. Thank you, man. Now I want to show you the other characters. Of course, I'm assuming you got time for that bullshit. So do pardon me. So this is a mod. This is the Sky Suite Cyber Runner mod. It's made by Miss O Plays. Miss O Plays. She's great. Her decoration. I mean, to me, she's up there with Eleonora. Maybe even without some of the political bullshit in your face, like the LGBTQ stuff, like with Eleonora. Yeah, I said it. But I've been watching her videos lately, and I like it. I like it a lot. And when I first saw this place, it's really just this downstairs and this upstairs. Only chamber is the restroom. So I thought, like, where the hell am I going to put my bed? Am I going to put it up here? I see where she put one, and that works. I wasn't loving it, though. I thought to myself, looks more like a restaurant space than a residential space. But, so then I got on the creations and started looking to see if there were any free mods that revamped it. And this was one of them. There was another one that actually extended it, added more rooms to it. I like this. She said she made these custom. They're weird, like, they're at an angle. And the first time I noticed that, I was like, that bothers me, but But no, I like the aesthetic. And I'm weird, so if I were building it, I wouldn't put it at an angle. So I'm not being critical. I commend her for it, because I would be unable to do that. I would be like, no, it has to be going right along these lines. Anyhow, that's much ado about nothing. But yeah, this is Steven's home. This is where the cigar perches. And the stomach. Yep. Alright, well, I'm gonna go grab another smoke. Actually, I said I'd show off the other characters. I don't know if you're still around or you gotta go, but I'm gonna do that. I'll load up another one. Let me save him. Not that I did much, but I did a little decorating in the Ultra Max G180. I'm gonna take you to the bank. To the blood bank. Fucking awesome. Alright. Let's load up, let's see. Other characters are, you've got Miley Cyrus, the Crimson Pirate. I can't really do her voice. Not to say I can do Steven Seagal's voice, but I figure for Miley Cyrus, it's just like, awesome, badass, man. Fuck yeah. That's about it. She's got a raspier voice than I do. I've got Peter Cushing, which I've thought about changing to Donald Trump, but I don't know if they have the Donald Trump hair. I mean, so he's my militant. Really, it's Grand Moff Tarkin, right? Steven Seagal. Oh, and Dwayne Chapman, the dog. The bounty hunter. Fetching a glass of Coke and going to hit a bone quick. Well, you've inspired me. I think, while I'm a Pepsi drinker and I have my Pepsi, I will step aside too for smoke. And in the meantime, let's load up Dwayne Chapman, because I might actually play a little bit, and if I do, I think I'd want to play using the pirate, using Miley Cyrus. So we'll load up the dog. Big bad dog. Boo-doo-doo. The bounty hunter. Boo-doo-doo. Get the theme song on standby. Oh, don't. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, well, let's get it. Yeah, load that game. Service response shuttle. When did I forgot that I did that, really. It wasn't too long ago. I just forgot that I remember thinking about it. I bet it's not decorated. Oh, well. Hey, I will be right back with the dog. The bounty hunter.
It's always a swell day when we get to chat. Hey, Captain, what's going on? How's it going? Howdy, boss.
a weird little ship. That's how bad my memory is. Meanwhile, YouTube's still warning me about a stream that's not,
Looking well, my friend.
oh, stream status good. It might be because my son's on his PC. I don't know. I'm here till you end the stream. Don't hold yourself to it. If the house catches fire, or you know what I'm saying? I want you to stop and deal with it, and then come back. No. I missed that one though. Miley has a cool personality. Sort, is that sort? I bet. Sort of a no fucks given vibe. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's well, really, you know what? I don't have her loaded up. I've got Dog loaded up. This character was not Dog the Bounty Hunter for a long time. He was just like, he did shipping and stuff. I just wanted it like a long hauler. But then when I decided to turn all these people into celebrities, he quickly became Dog the Bounty Hunter. Let's get a better look at this guy. It's not perfect.
What's good?
It's better with the music. So on the run. Will this get me for copyright? He'll hunt you down 'cause he's a dog. He's a dog. A big bad dog. The bounty hunter. Now I just need to... I don't have Beth. I wish I had Beth. I don't have Leland. I don't have baby Lisa either. Jesus, do you know the entire cast? I mean, who was his pretty boy nephew? You know, the young one. No, I'm not talking about Lee. Okay, yeah, you're right. He was kind of a pretty boy, but I mean, even younger, no facial hair, always wore his hat backward. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not one step ahead of you, but at least remember the character.
Something you need?
Do 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 do. Like I couldn't find hair long enough, but I mean, if we're talking like 2002 Dog, this works. I feel like his head should be a little skinnier.
My favorite walking paycheck.
Actually, yeah. It's almost like we have modern day Dog's head size, because you get older, your head gets a little bigger. And also his hair is literally yellow now. In 2002 or whenever he was getting started, it was more like this. So when I realized I couldn't get the long hair, I was like, well, I mean, maybe there'll be a mod eventually that lets you use women's haircuts on men.
Well, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
And so he's not just a long hauler, right? He's a bounty hunter. And like, hey, yeah, her headwear is good, but some of these people need backwards baseball caps and sunglasses, and maybe get them out of their long hauler gear and put them in some tank tops.
Hey, what's going on?
Big plans. But no Beth. Even though Beth is, that's an awesome human being right there. Well, I don't know why there's a little...
hard, Captain.
I don't know what I want for dinner. I'm not going to be able to thaw out that hamburger, am I? Is it frozen? The hamburger's still frozen. Okay. Get a close up. I would like noodles. Like a wet noodle across my face. Can you do that? That's not gay. You're a woman. It's only gay if I say it to my chat. Hey, chat. Diz. I'd like a wet noodle in the face. Don't tell my wife because she's already on to us. The criminals are
Sometimes
on
I
the
just want to turn off the
run.
grav drive so we can float around.
I feel like the little girl should not be on this ship. Although that said, Dog was always a family affair. He took like everyone with him. And yes, obviously the ship is not decorated. I think what I was going for. What do I want from Noodles? And company. Little girl, you're gonna get hurt.
Your
Running
ship
around
is
with...
way bigger than Dad's.
Well, that's because Beth got me the best ship I could get. That's right, back up. What do we want from Noodles? Chat, what do you... There's one of you out there. What do you want from Noodles? So this is the kind of ship that... I think I made it as a service supply ship. Since he is a long hauler, I thought, now what kind of small ship would a long hauling company have? And then I realized, like, okay, like a Starside maintenance.
Now you're not pestering the
And so this would be
captain,
the
right, Cora?
type of ship that's just got repair stuff, generators.
You think I'm a pest?
Oh, never.
Man, I gotta get that little girl off the ship. She don't belong.
You being nice to the crew.
I need to figure out what we're
Of
having
course.
for Noodles.
So
What's up, dog? Hey, Rob, how you doing? Good to see you, man.
Don't you always say, don't
How are
listen
you?
to rumors?
I saw you got bombarded again tonight. He got bombarded? What does it mean? The Brainless Squad? Oh, by the Brainless Squad. Oh, trolls and whatnot? Rob has been getting some trolls. I feel like a few times I've tuned into Rob's stream and spoke up right after the trolls left. And I'm the kind of guy that walks out of a retail store having bought nothing, paranoid that people think I'm stealing. I don't know. I know. So, like, there'd be times I'd drop by your stream and the trolls had all left, and then Otto shows up, so I'd be like, I hope he doesn't think that I'm fucking with him, and then coming back is me. But that is ridiculous, man. Gave me 132 views, probably a ton of view time, too, since I set the chat requirement to subscriber for 1 hour. It trolls again, Otto, that... What did you do, Rob? Like... Why are you attracting... I mean, your sub count, is it still pretty much what it was? I don't... What is it? Like, it was a 500-600 or something like 4, 5, 600 somewhere? Like, I just don't understand. Don't know what you did to these people, man. All right, I'm gonna think real quick. I'm gonna leave you on dog for a second. I will be right back. I'm just gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna have for dinner. I know. The production value has dropped. Deal with it. I feel like it was some kind of chicken fettuccine.
Yeah, it sounds right.
I would do that again.
Yeah.
You made me. I know I want to build Beth, but I don't know how I could do that. I could change an NPC to look like Beth. Beth was
a big busty girl.
Yeah. Give her some yellow hair. I love Beth Chapman. She was a good human being.
Yeah.
And I dare say she did most of Dog's work for him. In terms of like, here's the address. Things like that.
I'm sure Dog appreciated her.
I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse in Constellation.
Something you need?
No use in hiding in the fog. What? Why didn't they say fog?
I'm up for a little adventure.
Yeah, no. Thank you, though. Yes, baked 4-cheese chicken Alfredo.
Hey, good to see you.
Baked 4-cheese chicken
Oh boy, don't tell me you're here to chit-chat.
Fredo. Alright, let me catch up, huh?
I must
Yeah.
confess.
Well, I think that's
the
just what it
hum of a
comes
grab
with, right?
drive makes me
Okay.
feel alive.
Honestly, I think it's because I started advertising on a Facebook group. Ah, okay. At least there's something to it. It's not just, and it's not just, you know what I mean? Like, that's what
Yeah, the way
struck
you
me
handle
is like,
things.
why? Like, just out of
Not bad.
nowhere.
Not bad.
But yeah, I
Bet
could
you're here
see
for more
that.
small talk.
It's 584. The views? Well, damn, dude. Give me some trolls. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. The Troll Brigade started only after I started
something?
advertising there. I've never advertised on Facebook. I didn't want too many of my IRL friends seeing that I was online as much as I was. Because, you know, obviously, like, I don't stream, but
Man, the galaxy's too big to be
lately it
stuck in
almost
the same
seems like
place.
once a month. But for a while there, it was incessant streaming.
Well, if it isn't my favorite
And that,
walking
like, at the
picture.
beginning, I think there was, like, there'd be a few. I mean, if, you know, my buddy Manzer, and I know he's changed his name. I think to Frank Drebin. That's yeah. There's like three real life friends that I've. But I was always scared to, and you know me, I wasn't big on self promotion. I wasn't very good at advertising.
It's good to be out and about.
I don't use
Life gets
Facebook
stuffy
at all
sometimes.
anymore. Places filled with bots. I don't. I have an account, and I have signed in within the last year once. Just because my wife was talking smack? No, she wasn't. But I stopped doing it a while ago. I couldn't take. There's some people that, as you mature and you walk away, you like gravitate. Well, yeah, walk away from. Some people you don't want to see again. And then Facebook brought all those people back. Don't get me wrong, it brought back some people that I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's good to see how they're doing, but the novelty wore off real quick. And politics, man. Oh, politics. Because, you know, I'm politically minded, but so I would state a fact, and then a Democrat would come state a non-fact, and then it'd turn into a big fight. And then they'd not be my friend, even though they hadn't been my friend for several years.
Day, huh?
I will share a salad with you.
Lives get stuffy sometimes.
Yes, I will.
If you need any help, boss.
This is a glitched ship, and this is the one side effect of the glitching, but I want to... That's fine, yeah. But I want to show you the trade-off, I think.
Need something?
So yeah, you got to put up with the glitches. I always play in third person when in the ship anyway. But what I like about it is I like that dorsal little nose piece thing goes all the way back to the cockpit. Obviously that was glitching that did that. But I've been liking the compact ships with a lot of characters. I don't think there's much more I can show you with this character. Like I said, I'll play a little bit of one, and I think that'll be Miley Cyrus. Let's see. And sorry that I'm more interested in reading what you guys are saying right now than I am in playing. So I hope you'll pardon just the, hey, you know, when I do that, maybe we put it on a cinematic kind of. It's a Facebook group called Awesome Fallout 4 Settlement Builds. Sounds safe enough. And the group rules say that you can only advertise
How's it
once a
going?
week, which is all I do. I'm always polite about it, too. Yeah?
Looking well,
Diz says,
my
I
friend.
get it, RP. I try to only share to specific Fallout communities, but Facebook I've never done. Oh, you've never done it? See, I did do Facebook. I guess I already
Is there
implied
something
that.
I can help you with?
Like, hey, I'm building at Croup Manor
Great
live on
choice.
YouTube if you'd like to come watch. God, and that's all it takes. They're that thirsty to troll people. Hey, if I can't make it
Something on your
an
mind?
illusion of fact, I don't want to live anymore. Rob Water Draco, how you doing, man? Did I not see you earlier?
How's it going out there?
What's with the bounty hunter? That's a dog. Actually, even
Got some food
though
in
I
store?
said we're gonna play with Miley Cyrus, let's, since I'm on a stream anyways, let's commit the dog to the bounty hunter lifestyle. Sahara Farm. This isn't. Oh yeah, okay. I thought it was on Montera Luna there for a second. How you been, Draco? How is life treating you? What I want to do, and the reason I made these characters the way they are, and it's not like I can do an impersonation of them all, like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Like, all I know is to say brah a lot, and be like, when it gives me the waypoint, be like, Beth made a few calls, and this is where this is where the low-life scumbags hanging out. And I'm going to go tell them about, I forget, not Jesus. It can't be Jesus. No offense, Jesus. It says no offense, Jesus. But whatever religion he's part of, he's going to be very much so. Give you a cigarette, and then he'll talk about the universum, whatever it is. I think the Bounty Hunters Club is up here. Now, I haven't done the Bounty Hunter missions at all, and I don't think I'm going to do one, but I might as well go do the intro. Maybe not do the extra mission. But so the reason I set these up, is to literally roleplay them, to start streams and just talk as them. And maybe every once in a while acknowledge chat, but for the most part, do that. That's not what I'm doing today. But that's the idea in my head. I just don't know if I have the self-control to do that, to stay in character the whole time. I would hope that I could. But I don't know. And I don't know how I would deal with, if Diz, Draco, Rob, I don't know how I'd deal with if you're role-playing in character and one of you guys pops in and says hello. What do you do when you're role-playing? One of my thoughts was like, you just wait until your character goes to sleep, or some kind of appropriate pause to address chat. But
new potential recruit. He's
standing right here. Yeah, I said I know. I'm aware of his presence, have been since he walked in the door. I said what I said. I stand by it. And rookie, don't you dare let me down. You got a lot to prove around here.
I've already proved myself, bruh.
Leave no quarter. Show no mercy. You're prompt. Good trait for a tracker. Anyhow, we can talk about punctuality or we can get down to business. I am agent number 1, or no one, if you prefer. It seems you've decided to entertain our offer. Good.
I've always wanted to be a tracker. It's in my blood, bruh.
A drop of enthusiasm can create an ocean of success. Remember that.
I've never forgotten
it. It's
it.
not as simple as accepting and taking an oath. You must be tested in the field. and face a true challenge before taking up the mantle of tracker. Do you have any questions before we proceed?
I used to be a spacer, bro, and then I found religion, and I found the love of my life. Now I've turned my life around. You want a cigarette, bro?
Excellent. Before we accept you,
Excellent means kind of yes. He kind of said yeah.
Competency in the field. To that end, I would like you to first accept the available bounty on the wanted display on the nearby wall, then report back to me.
Okay. So we've got a bounty.
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives
Shut up,
on
I'm
the loose?
We got a bounty on Hannibal at Trupio. Now I had Beth try to call him and he wouldn't answer, so we know where he hides. We're gonna find him. So I recognize the guy. I've seen that bounty before.
A nod to the stars that align our paths.
So I've told you my story, that I've turned my life around, bro. What's your story?
I am no one. By design. There has always been and always will be an agent number one to lead us. Upon assuming the mantle, one loses all traces of identity, including all of one's records and history, even gender and voice.
I don't want to do that.
Imagine, many would seek to do harm to one in this position. To protect family and associates, our identity is more than confidential. It is eliminated from existence.
That's crazy, man. You shouldn't give up your entire identity. I couldn't imagine giving up the mantle of dog. You know what I mean?
It is only required for my position. Perhaps leadership in the Trackers Alliance is not for you. Trust that it is a necessity that was carefully considered. Know that to attain my position of leadership, it was a combination of deeds, competency, professionalism, and above all, trust.
I don't want to be the leader either. But even if I'm not the leader, people will follow me on social media and they'll watch my program. So what's the difference between, well, you know, why does it have to be so formal? Why aren't we all just bail bondsmen?
After the Narian War, there were issues with extrajudicial vigilantism involving bounty hunting. The Trackers Alliance was formally established and sanctioned by the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies as a way to combat this growing problem. The governments of the settled systems hire us for our specialized skills and allow us to operate largely unhindered in exchange for holding us accountable. This mutual trust is rarely breached.
And what's the difference between you and some regular old bail bondsman shit?
An agent takes on a more administrative role, whereas trackers primarily work in the field. Often, when time and age catches up with the tracker, they become an agent, as their experience and wisdom is valued, and it can be difficult to re-assimilate into society. Both roles are equally crucial to our operation.
Well, I gotta get this show on the road. I'll talk to you in a second. Awesome font for I get
Agent number one?
Yes, Tank.
When am I gonna get another assignment?
I'm really feeling more and more like I might stream this again. I haven't played more than 10 minutes of the game since I stopped streaming it. Well, I mean, you know, I took a really long break from it as well. I just kind of petered out, which may be your case as well. However, with the mods in the building, this is a bad example because with Dog Chapman, I don't think I have any custom builds for him. If I do, then it's just resource gathering. You know what I mean? But I do have the Miley Cyrus character she has some locations that I've built primarily using mods, and I gotta admit the mods have breathed new life into the game for me, for sure. The paid mods are the source of a lot of criticism, obviously. but there's so many free mods, and some of the paid ones aren't so bad anyway. It's just when you start doing the math in your head with some of these paid mods. For instance, there's a paid mod for $1, not very expensive, right? And so I'm not ragging on this mod because obviously the mod author kept it cheap. But for $1, you can change up the colors of your hair a little bit. Some more hair options, I guess. Now, I haven't looked too much into that, but there is a free mod that gives you 35 new custom haircuts. So, in that case, it's like the juxtaposition is strange. Again, I commend the mod author for the paid mod for keeping it cheap, and it is different, I think, in that it offers some new shades of hair that don't exist otherwise. But I really commend the one that gave us 35 free haircuts, right? I know this guy wants me to go track somebody down. Now I want to show off custom builds. And I say show off as if there's something impressive, but they're really not. But they at least... Oh, I called that ship the Service Response Shuttle. That makes sense. He probably just uses it for his bounty hunting and whatnot. Seems like all my characters are kind of have a day job, and then Moonlight is something a little more glorified. Good man staying away from people who lost their ID. Right? Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter would be the last person to give up his gender, too? What? What are we even doing anymore? I don't think Peter Cushing has any, but he would be, like, if I'm sticking with Miley Cyrus, she's the one with the builds. Let me load Peter just to show you what he looks like. I feel like I played this character, even though it wasn't Peter Cushing that time, last time I streamed this, so I was able to show off his ship and stuff. So really, this is just a check-in to show you whether I've done a decent or poor job recreating Peter Cushing. And again, like, I was really close to making Donald Trump, but I just couldn't get the hair down. And then I thought, all right, Navy Admiral, let's go with Cushing. In terms of doing an impersonation with him, I don't know. Peter Cushing was a lovely man. If you ever hear him interviewed, the things he talks about are I don't know how to put it. I'll try to explain more in a second. Lost their identity or their IDs, as in Sigmund Freud. Yeah, they had. Has a lot of work to do to bring them back to society. I'm trying to be politically friendly instead of just calling them clowns. Since my retreat from being any bit ambitious, while I wouldn't want political arguments, God no, don't worry about it. You can talk about it. That may change, but right now I'm so I stream so far and few in between. I've played 2 copyrighted songs. You can tell I don't care so much right now. Just instead of just calling them clowns. Took me a second to get that, but I do now. The hair probably got him on the wanted list. Too much like a hatchet when he started headbanging. Okay, so let's get him into the light. As you see, he's old. Which I'm like, alright, so if he ends up sleeping with Sarah, I'm judging her, not him so much. I mean, oh, you know what? It kind of... let me get him in the light more. I'm not satisfied. I'm going to say it. That is not...
Fancy. You making the large stacks of credits now?
I don't know. I'm not satisfied. I'm not impressed.
Looks like we're eating it.
I know, the hair... the hair we can't do anything about, but... just looks like an old guy. It doesn't look like Peter Cushing necessarily. Well, now he kind of does, but that when he tilted his head, I don't know. And that's the thing. You do one of the, for me, I do one of these things, and like both with Dog and with Steven Seagal, it was like I finished, came back the next day, and I was like, oh God, no, I did something wrong there. Whereas this guy, I only built the one time, and this is the first time I've come back to him. So this is me seeing him essentially for the first time since I built him. And like I said, I'm not. It's like he got the. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn. Kind of looks like him. 35 free hairstyles or custom hair dye for $1. Exactly. Imagine the guy with the fishing pole dangling the $1. Yeah. Oh, almost got it. Well, YouTube wouldn't let me say that I call ass monkeys ass monkeys. But they'll let me say it. It's a starving Patrick Stewart. Let's say that he looks 70% Peter Cushing, enough that I'd ask if you didn't tell me. Okay. I'm kind of with you there. When he turns his head at certain angles, I can see it. Oh well, it's one of those things. I'll probably work on him a little more, or I'll scrap it and put in someone else. I thought Trump, because I don't know, because I thought role-playing wise it'd be, and then Trump went and got shot. I thought, this is kind of weird. I don't know. But I did think it's more of a character. Like, what do you do if you're impersonating Peter Cushing? And like I said, some of his stories, if you listen to him interviewed, he'll be like, as a young lad, we would catch eggs. We would hunt eggs, bird eggs. And I was an atrocious egg blower. My friend was awfully good at it. And then we come to find out a reverend took us aside when he saw us hunting eggs, and he explained to us that the more we do that, the less people have a chance to enjoy the birds. And that changed my life. So, I mean, that's not very, like, that's Peter Cushing, kind of. It's not a good impersonation, but the story is legit. One of the stories that I heard him tell recently. I thought blowing an egg, the idea of blowing an egg actually slipped my mind. It was a recessed memory. Not saying I've done that, but I was aware of it as a kid. I knew what that was. But then as an adult, listening to the interview, I was taken aback because I was like, what is he talking about, blowing an egg? And then I remembered, oh yeah, you put a pinprick in the egg. This is how you preserve an egg, essentially. Preserve the shell, right? But it's funny how the mind works, that I was confused by that. I'll show you his ship. I don't think anything, that was a face. I'll show you his ship. I don't think I've changed anything with it. But I figure while I'm here, surface map is cool too. That's a nice new, oh, I forgot that too. The last time I played, I told you that I was trying to break the boundary, the no-build boundary around points of interest, which would include a city, but honestly it would include, like, a science station, an abandoned science station that you find on a planet. You know, I did it successfully. I'm able to do that now. It's a little finicky, and it is a glitch, but you can do it. Also, it doesn't always work great, but look, the point is, there I'm channeling my Joe Biden. Look, the point is, you get the thing. You get the thing. So this base is rather close. In fact, it's too close. I broke the border. There's been no side effects from that, except that I can build a base pretty damn close to the city. I could have built it right here, but it just looked dumb. So that's been kind of nice to use, because especially when you're building an outpost simply to get the resources, not as part of your role play, not as part of like, gee, I want my character to live here or visit here regularly, maybe put an NPC here that's his friend. No, when you're like, I need copper, I don't have copper, well, being able to use a point of interest is nice because suddenly you have an outpost there. Granted, you didn't build it, but when you have a dozen of these outposts, you know, some you care about, some are just really...
Need some work done?
I don't. I just wanted to show my ship. Can I do that?
Hey,
please?
What can I do for you? Sure, how about it?
Let's show off the Endeavor. So the Endeavor broke the size limit with a mod. You know, build ships any size. This is about as big as I would want to go in terms of being able to land in a city. So it's not as big as the God, I can't remember the flagship's name of the SysDef. It's not as big as that ship. It's probably a third the size of it. And it still manages to land on landing pads, although it hangs over. With weapons, I have a mod installed that allows for more weapons. It's not really allowing for more weapons. It's making it so each weapon only uses 2 energy. That's what gets you. That's why you can only build 3 of each weapon or whatever. Well, with this you can build, I think, 18 weapons on your ship. Now, I didn't go that far because I'm not really trying to, like, game the system. But if you have a capital ship, then yeah, you should have turrets along the sides. Which creates a weakness for this ship. It doesn't have anything on the belly or on the back. But that's all right. You get used to it, right? Like when you're playing, you just know to turn your sides, like a broadside. And it does have some forward-facing munitions. Let's exit and board and catch up real quick. Cushing was such a kind man. Yeah, he was. I mean, I don't know if at any point in my life I was taken aback by that. I probably was when I first decided to look up Peter Cushing beyond the horror movies or Star Wars. But yeah, you come to realize what a gentle man he was, and yet he played these heartless villains, which might be how you cope. You know, it might be like, I played some real a-holes. I'm gonna live my life being pretty nice to folks. Now imagine the scene where he was intimidating Leia. He was in fluffy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the boots didn't fit or something. They didn't fit. Or they fit, but they're uncomfortable as hell or something. When they shot that, and B, when Lucas yelled, "Cut!" He caressed his chest and apologized for being aggressive. That's beautiful. And yet he has that skeletal looking face. And he had that when he was young. It was a little more filled out. But you know, those distinct cheekbones, sunken eyes. And yet I don't think he was a crackhead. But he had that look, you know. But yeah, lovely man. Alright, I may have showed this off before, but I'll do it again. That ladder shouldn't be there. And we can fix that. We can fix that, but it might screw up other things. So I'll do that off stream. How I fix them, I might as well say that real quick at least. What I would do is take this hab, pull it out of the build, put a window there, then bring the hab back. The same hab, you wouldn't delete it. You just bring it back. It's going to be red. Switch it to a different type of hab. Like each hab has, you know, like an A version, a B version. You're hitting left and right instead of up and down. You're not changing the hab. Same hab, just different interior. So you move the hab, put the window down, put the hab back on top of the window. It's red because it's saying there's a window there. Switch style of the hab, the interior. Switch back to the one you want and then let go. And the window will be there, but you won't be able to see it. And the ladder will be gone because there's a window there. And I just realized that last night. So there's a lot of ships I want to go back and change. This ship, I was really torn about having an exposed cockpit. Though the cockpit is very much a bridge. I'm liking the idea, since I play in third person with the ships anyways, I'm liking the idea of having a small cockpit. That sounded bad. And using a CIC. That would force your NPCs out of the cockpit because it could only seat 3 of them. And it would fill up your CIC more. The only thing being, I'm talking about a hidden cockpit. In other words, when you look out the window, you're not going to see the outside. But I like that because it's more of a submarine vibe. Obviously, I didn't do that with this ship because I figured being able to put it in between these two, it makes it obscure enough. I mean, Luke Skywalker's going to hit this bridge guided by the Force. But otherwise, I hope we're okay. See anybody slightly confident. Another mod I got is Rosie Tannehill.
Hey, Captain.
She says she's a doctor in the game, or she wants to be. She can join your crew. She's got some backstory and stuff, but I installed the mod as a free mod, Make Rosie Tannehill a Real Doctor.
Good to see you again.
And that's kind of nice. You can actually have her heal you, and she'll sell you medical supplies in addition to the other stuff she does. Kind of handy. Haven't done my own interior decorating of this too much. Some small stuff, like that little barometer up there. Like, just small stuff to fill out little areas. This is an empty hab. I love the empty habs because, obviously, it's a hallway. You didn't have a hallway otherwise, but with the empty habs you do. This is the Mariner set, which I would not necessarily recommend. But it's the wood paneling and stuff like that. And it's only on this hab. And you can get this hab empty or decorated. This is the empty version, and I've decorated it myself. It does come with some what I thought were unique items, but since then free mods have offered these same one of these chairs, most everything. So even if you look at the $10 price tag for that thing, and I only bought it because I already had the points and had more to spare because of Fallout 4. The only thing I slightly pleases me is since then a patch has come out from an independent modder that modded this, so you need the Ancient Mariner pack, but this guy has basically made it so every hab is available in wood. Now with that in mind, it makes it $10. Not worth it. $10 is still too much. I'd have paid $2 if we were talking about real money, but. And this one I decorated myself, though some of the decorations have disappeared. This because Scully's Emporium, which is one of the most popular decoration mods, numerous times it has uninstalled on me. And I know it's because the mod author is doing something with the updates, but I have other mods that you can just click update and they update. He replaces it. He says, okay, now you have to uninstall this. Or no, he uninstalls it or something. It's not in your load order anymore. And there's a new version for you to download. And when you do, your stuff isn't back. You got to replace it. So as much as people love Scully's Emporium, I'm like sick of it. Like I went to Reddit to see why this problem exists. And everybody on the Reddit thread is saying, dude, thank you for doing it in the first place. We understand that you're learning as you go and all that. And I'm like the only person that went there with like, no, dude, I want to tell you, you have erased my builds 3 times, and I'm not very happy. Get your shit together before you make a mod. But then when you see like 80 comments from other people praising them, it's kind of like, well, I'm not going to be the one guy. But it did make me wonder, does nobody else has told him? Yeah, sorry, I go on. Yeah, $10. I'm gonna put in a period so I can. The heart covers it up. I could open up chat in a different window though. I could buy a 12-pack right for $11. Yeah, and it is the most expensive mod, and you get a 2x2 wood grain hab, and one of them is decorated. And so I thought, when getting it, I thought, well, it does come with 21 or so decorations. And I thought, well, I bet Bethesda's doing this, like, if you buy this, like, you can only get these decorations here. You know what I mean? They're unique to this. That justifies the price. This is what I thought. And there are still a handful of items in it that I haven't seen in other free mods. And I just really hope that those handful of items are unique. Because otherwise, as soon as those free mods started coming out, I'm like, holy shit, this is the stuff I got in the Ancient Mariner pack. It was disheartening, obviously. Alright, not much to show other than that. Sorry, Peter, I'm going to come back and work on you. You still might become Donald Trump. Which you'll be better than ever. People will like Tarkin more than ever before. Ever before. See, at least I can try the Donald Trump impersonation. I don't know if I could do Tarkin or Cushing. It's just a British voice. That's all I can do. Let's see. Actually, I've messed up doing this before, so I'm just going to quit and load it up from the menu. And honestly, dinner will be here soon, so I probably won't do much playing. Probably just, again, showing off my characters. That said, the characters have, they've changed since last time, so. Drastically. And Steven Seagal's a new character. So I guess there was some new to show. And honestly, with Miley Cyrus here, yeah, some of her I've worked on some of her locations, and I'd certainly be willing to show that. Gonna grab a quick puff while this is loading, because it does take forever. Billy, don't eat. Dinner's on the way. Yep, it's okay. I just don't want you to get the thumbs here. There we go, good timing. Or I could make it Joe Biden. Well, I actually thought about that too after President Trump was shot. I thought, I don't know about making a character based on Joe Biden either. Because I don't know how long that guy will be with us. And knowing my luck, you know what I mean? Like, you want to talk about a tacky stream. Try getting out there with your impersonation after somebody has just passed or something. I don't want that. Of course, I guess last Saturday showed me that could happen to anybody. But, which makes me wonder. They say Schumer and Jeffries and Pelosi went to speak to the president. Some sources say he may step out of the race this weekend. Interesting times. One thing I know is how, like, there's this large segment that was not satisfied with the two same contenders again. And then they're like, this is going to be a boring election season. Well, I don't know if it'll be boring. Alright, so there's Miley in her Wrecking Ball outfit. And again, I might have to mess with her face a little more. I already had the outfit, and I thought, well, you know what? The outfit looks like Cyrus from Wrecking Ball, except for the, like, knee things. Alright, so she's got some locations. Let's go to them. Let's go to them. I don't think she has anything built there. Actually, is her ship nearby? Where are we exactly? Okay. Oh, she's got the Klingon ship with her. This is not her primary ship. This is what she uses for some battles. When she wants to bring muscle and she's not so hellbent on, like, her other ship's more designed to board ships, disable them and board them. This ship has that capability, but it doesn't, it's not as proficient at it, you know. But I like the design. The design is stolen and then modified. I saw somebody do a video of the Klingon bird of prey. Klingon, right? Not Romulan. Klingon, yeah. Made it red, obviously, for the Crimson Fleet. Yeah, that outfit is it's a free mod, so it is a mod, and it's one version of it. It's like it probably comes with 5 outfits that are similar. Like you'd probably use them with the same character. So in some, she's wearing slacks and the same top, or the same bottom but maybe a jacket or something. You know, like. But it's all. Trying to remember what it's called. Actually, can you see the creations from in-game? Yeah, you can. Okay. Yeah, some of the clothing ones. This one is the robotics outfit. So you have 8 different outfit variants. It's free. In fact, the guy that makes this, all my clothing mods, he has a Crimson Fleet one. And not only, like, take the Crimson Fleet one, for instance. You got 4 Crimson Fleet outfits. Great, whatever. But when it gets down to, like, the headphones, the visors, the gloves, they're not necessarily Crimson Fleet. You know what I mean? They don't have the logo. The gloves are just going to be black gloves. So you can use those with virtually any outfit that doesn't already have gloves. So that's another thing I like about them is now I have 4 characters, so I have a character in each faction. So it's like, God, do you want to download something that's only going to affect one character? Well, that's kind of the nice side effect. Well, like, no, like Peter Cushing can wear the black gloves, you know? Robotics outfit's a great one by them. 200 ship crew slots. Now, you're never going to put 200 troops on your ship, but talk about convenient. Just having that capability, and what it is it a module? Yes. It's like a weapon plate that you put on your ship, so very discreet. In fact, with shipbuilding glitches, you can hide it. You know, you can just hide it under a hab or something. Larger ship size limit. Dad's screaming? Oh, streaming. I thought he said screaming. Scully's... I know I already said Scully's Emporium is not... There's problems with it, in my opinion. And maybe he's resolved those since. But that said, Scully's Emporium loot has never given me a problem. And it's just clutter. It's got 100 lootable items. They will fall down. They're not static. But, you know, that in many cases, that doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to be fine. But there's the one that lowers the power needed for weapons. So, in other words, you can truly kit out a capital ship. Ancient Mariner Extended, and again, like I said earlier, that's the most expensive paid mod is the Ancient Mariner. But then just the fact that you've got these modders that show up and and expand on that for free is kind of nice. Doesn't make you judge Bethesda any less harshly, but it is kind of nice. Empty 1x1 habs. I don't know that I've used those a lot, but I thought it'd be nice to have bounty hunter outfits. All these outfits are by the same guy. I wish I knew his name offhand, but I don't. Anyhow, dinner is here, so I'm gonna jump to one of her outposts. I want to find one that I kind of like. Here. Yeah. I do like this ship. Again, I don't use it much with her, but I like it. Oh yeah, right on. And I mean, the mods are dropping quicker, you know, by an order of magnitude. At first it just seemed you might get a couple a day on there that are new, but now it's too much to keep track of. Not to say there aren't big gaps that you know will be filled. There are. For instance, like, I want to make a passenger ship. I want Steven Seagal's side job to be passenger flight, like commercial. And so passenger slots, I'm looking for a mod that increases passenger slots, regardless of how many beds, because I don't want beds. I want them herded in there like they're on an airline. So that's one that I assume will come out. Oh, this is the wrong planet. It's one that I assume will come out. It just hasn't yet. There's a couple good follower mods where you can get a squad of people to follow you. Some of them you spawn the people. There's another one where you can literally tell people to follow you.
Alright, let's see what you got.
Oh, hell. No, you don't stand a chance. This shit is ridiculous. No, you got a lock, though. This is SysDef? Okay, that's fine. They just can't take those missiles. I didn't know I had a bounty, but I guess that makes sense. She's not getting along with SysDef. It's different because with other characters, like, I go above and beyond to pay off my bounties and make sure I can go to certain places. But when you're a pirate, let alone the fact that to do the pirate missions, you are going to be attacking one faction or the other. For her, since she was born on Neon, or on Voli, I don't let her attack Freestar. That way she at least has a place to go where she's not going to get... But she does attack the UC, and I bet that bounty is getting out of control.
Materials, this is the place to find them.
And she, like I said, I rarely use this ship. That's one reason why. It's too big to land here. So please never mind that. Oh well. Yeah, her primary ship's a lot smaller. It's a Class A ship. So we have Scully's. Yeah, I had this decorated, but it was Scully's, and so most of it's gone. It's a restroom and shower. I'll go back and fix it. There's the ship glitching through, so the place looks a little worse. All kinds of contraband here. This place, all of her settlements... God, yeah, this was a lot more decorated, too. Well, so much for showing off something that I was proud of, and it looks like I have much more work to do. Damn it. So yeah, buyer beware. Scully's Emporium, give it time. It will be a good mod once he gets it together. Yeah, there was a table here. Anyway, the buildings themselves looking almost like Skyrim buildings, though not quite.
Hey, boss.
Those are from a paid mod. I forget what it's called, but you can... God, half of this stuff's gone. These, like Crate of Stolen Artwork, 78,000. What I did is I got the cheat room, so I could go in and get the outfits that I wanted. And when I went in there, I noticed that, like, in their storage area, they had these crates. And one other free mod, which almost everyone has to get, in my opinion, is it gives each vendor like $65,000 instead of their default. It just makes more sense. And so you can make some decent, make some real good money selling these. Granted, it's contraband, but it's only 15 pounds of contraband, so you can smuggle it, and it's a hell of a payoff. I don't know. I just haven't noticed these in the base game, but apparently they are. Or maybe they're not. They just show up in the cheat room. They don't respawn either, so once you sell them, they're gone. Nothing in the cheat room respawns except for the money. But one of the things I like about this area, actually, let's go to our build menu. Toggle view. One thing I love about this place is it's an unusual geographical area because it's an island. It's a really small island in the middle of a lake. And even the lake's not that big. And so upon finding it... What the hell happened here? Oh, okay. That's funny too. It's kind of like... Where is the landing gear? Oh, yeah. That's funny that it'll let this ship land here. I guess the Endeavor could probably land here. It would just do the same thing. But I like it because the idea of... The idea of somebody attacking is kind of out the window. Every now and then there's fauna. It's peaceful fauna. And it's generally just a couple animals on the island, but they produce hallucinogen here. Everything she's involved in has to do with the Aurora trade, so she's certainly a smuggler. She needs to look a little more Miley Cyrus, but I'll deal with that. I'll take a good look at Miley's face. And that's the closest I could get with the hair. You landed kind of in your house. Yeah, if the door was only, at the bottom of the cockpit, that'd be perfect, right? Be like a Zeppelin hooking up to the Empire State Building. Which is something that, I don't know, they never put into practice, and I think that's probably good. Alright, well, I should go join my family and eat. Maybe I'll come back and stream later. I do not know. After all, it's Friday, and I'm staying in tonight, so I may see you then. Of course, I'd be remiss not to thank Rob. Thank you, my friend. Draco, thank you. And Diz, thank you. I appreciate you coming by and saying hi. Appreciate anybody that popped in and lurked. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, and Rob, if you ever want to talk, if I'm streaming this again, I see you in there, I would happily go to creations and go through some of the mods with you and tell you at least what's worked for me, and more importantly, which mods that at least I'm aware that there's problems with. Some of them got patched. Another big one is the Starfield unofficial patch. It's got problems. Like, it crashes your game. It's not a guarantee that it'll crash your game, but once it starts crashing, that's the first thing people tell you is uninstall that. For some bizarre reason, I never installed it in the first place, so I dodged that bullet. But yeah, it's hit or miss. That said, I do think it breathes new life, at least into the building aspect. I really think Better Living's a good decoration mod. I haven't had any problems with it. It's not completely comprehensive, but Better Living is up there. Scully's Emporium will be most likely the definitive decoration mod, or one of them, but it's had problems so far, so I guess patience, right? Anyhow, again, I want to thank you guys. As always, because my name doesn't change. This is Otto. Appreciate you taking the time. Have a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Maybe even before the weekend's up. Bye-bye now. Oh, if you like this, subscribe to this sort of thing, do that. Bye. How could I forget that?